Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. I'm Beth, a creator-based coach with CMH Coaching for Life. I'm here today to help you and those you love create a life you feel grounded and at home in. Think of a life where you feel peace, love for those around you, and in a flow with just enough challenge to keep you happy and creating something wonderful. Sounds like magic, but it's not. You can create that life every single day. You can have a life full of love, excitement, hope, and creation. Our mission at CMH Coaching is to flood the earth with light through compassion, mindfulness, and hope. And I'm going to ask a favor of you. If you like what you see and hear today, think of someone you know that would enjoy and benefit from this message. Our mission is to flood the world with compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Share this with them. But for now, this is time just for you. So settle into whatever you're doing and enjoy this time with the girls, where we create that one awesome, amazing, perfect life every one of us is seeking.
What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? You gotta watch your thinking. Watch your thinking. Watch your thinking.
Well, today we are talking about Flora. Flora the Flawyer. Flora, last week we talked about I'm a Gene, right? And we hopefully everybody kind of worked on their success book, because you're going to need it this week while we're talking. But There was Walter the Worrier, Donna the Doubter, and then they had a child, and it was I'm a Gene the Imposter. She was seriously on steroids. But today we're talking about a cousin, maybe not so distant from I'm a Gene, Flora. And Flora has had many years of study. She's noted and studied every single failure you have ever experienced. And Flora forgets nothing.
She has taken notes. She has taken notes.
She does. She takes notes.
Has a file cabinet full of all this stuff, right?
She does. She will not forget anything. She's the perfectionist. The part of you that if they did badly on a test, went in to go do extra credit because she didn't want to lose her A average. That's Flora. She's a perfectionist. She gets a B+ in math class. That is not okay. Yeah. And she's just devastated. She's just sure she needs more. That's Flora. So I'll tell you a little more about Flora. She's a master of strategy and rhetoric, and she is a brilliant orator. She has a gift for words. So this is what she'll do. She will carefully craft a case of all your perceived inadequacies and all of your shortcomings. She will show you why you are not prepared. She will show you all the dramatic ways you could fail, and she will make a definitive argument about why you should not try. That's Flora. You can't win an argument with Flora. What's your Flora like, you guys?
I love the part when you said that she's dramatic, because my Flora is like so dramatic, but like when she's in the courtroom, man, everybody listens to her because she is so convincing and she has it down. And yeah, she's so smart. She's so smart, and she knows how to twist my words, and she knows how to like twist my thoughts in the moment to convince me that she's the one that's right, instead of what I really know and want to believe. She's pretty dang smart. How about you, Jen?
She's amazing.
She shows up in a power suit with her briefcase.
Oh, yeah.
She really is like, she knows business. She knows her business, and she's going to let me know that this is why whatever I'm going to be doing is wrong, or X, Y, and Z. And she just lays it out in front of me. Yeah.
Why it's dangerous, or why, remember this time when you fell flat on your face and how terrible you felt, that's going to happen again. Yeah. But really, she's just a protector. And she's misguided as a protector, but she's a protector. Jen, can you tell us a little bit about protectors and how to work with them?
How I work with protectors is usually, well, not usually. For me, there's always some inner child, inner wound, inner trauma that they're in between you and that inner child, that wounded part of self, and they're protecting even something deeper. Sometimes a protector is just there to protect you, but usually I find that there's something deeper. And so there are times when I just validate my protector and say, you know what, maybe you're right. And you've been doing something, you've been doing a lot of hard work, but I got this. So you need to step aside. And if there is then that inner child, that wounded part that is there, that steps forward, I work with my protector in gaining trust to work with the inner child, because that protector is there is to make sure that inner child does no longer get hurt. But they usually are so willing for you to take over, because they're like, I'm tired of doing this. They're like, I'm done.
So you offer her understanding and gratitude.
Validate. Yeah, and let her know you did a great job, but I've got X, Y, and Z skills now, and I'm on the spot. And you can either step back and let me, do my thing with this inner child, or, you can be there with me, or you can, if you want to lay down your sword basically and walk away, you can.
Yeah, because I'll cover for you.
But I think those are like the really deep therapy type protectors. I think we have a protector just with us all the time that is keeping us from doing something stupid, which could be stupid, unsafe for you physically, and stupid, unsafe for you, what they think mentally and emotionally. So it's like, I kind of have to distinguish that, but I work with them the same way. Validate that they're there and say, I'm glad you showed up. Why are you here? And then,
I like that. Just asking, why are you here? That in itself is a big thing. Welcome, but can you explain for me why you're here?
And sometimes they have valid points, and you're like, I didn't think about that one. How can we readdress this? And sometimes I'm like, I got this. And sometimes I'm like, you're right. I don't think I'm ready,
So you're actually coaching with this part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, one of the ways that I work with mine is I testify to her, because Flora, being a lawyer and all, she really values testimony.
She's evidence. She wants your evidence.
She wants her evidence. And so I'll testify to her ways that I've succeeded in the past, or other things that people have said that I'm really good at. Like I'll bring up compliments to show her that evidence that we are good at this. This is something I can do now. Another thing that I'll do sometimes with my inner critics is ask them how old they think I am. That kind of,
that's a good.
they always, they generally will think I'm like 7 or 8, somewhere in that range. And I'll go, guess what? I'm more than 60. And I have all of this life experience now. And that really makes a difference, because when I go through not only successes, but that I'm older and I've learned, that really, really makes a difference. Yeah. But
I think, I can't remember what conversation, what group we were having this one. Maybe it was in our last podcast. I don't know. But when I do get into that situation, when it's like, they need evidence, and they need to be given information or knowledge of where I am in my life and what I've gained, is I like to either give them a book to read about my life that has all of the information in it, or show them pictures. I pull out my phone in my imagery, pull out my phone and say, look, this is what we've done in our life. And this is what we can do. Because they need evidence. They need understanding that you are no longer that 7-year-old. So a lot of times it's like just educating them.
I think for me, I was really good at burying all of that. Like when I had those thoughts that came up, I have Flora telling me these things, but I was really good at saying, but, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think these thoughts changed my thoughts, and this is bad and don't do this. But I really learned after doing a lot of deep diving into myself and reading some great books, that acknowledging, like you're saying, Jen, just acknowledging that that's an emotion and that that's part of who I am, but not letting her take over.
Mhm.
And I loved, Beth, that you said testifying to her, because usually Laura likes to show up when I'm in the shower. Don't know why. Why? Weird, taking a shower with Flora is kind of weird and awkward, but she likes it there. Yeah. Maybe because I got nothing to fight her with there, right? So
you're a captive audience for her.
Yeah.
Literally.
So as I had started studying and working on these things, I would just, like you said, Jen, acknowledge and be like, hey, yeah, I do remember when that happened. Yep. And you know what? It hurt. That hurt
bad.
a lot. That hurt a lot. And yeah, it's doing this next thing. It's pretty scary. But then, like Beth's saying, it's just being able to testify to her and say, yes, but let's look at since that time, because that happened. Let's talk about when that happened, right? And acknowledge
that happened in 7th grade. So let's talk about what's happened since 7th grade moving forward. Yeah.
Right. And just being able to say, okay, this is when that happened. I remember it and I felt it. And thank you for reminding me, but let's look at, here's the evidence now, let's look at where we are today. And it's really cool. I don't know why she shows up in the shower though.
Ask her.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, last week when we talked about doing our success journal. This one's mine. Living the life. It's got lots of stuff. It says live in the dream. But one of the things that I found really, really helpful with Flora and with any of my inner critics is to go over the list of the successes. And, Jen started us last week with, I learned to walk, and so mine starts out with, I learned to walk. I learned to read. I learned not to bite when I get angry. I independently took the bus, right? These are things, when I was little, I was a terrible biter when I was a little kid. And then I went through, and in just over the course of a few days, there's probably 10 or 15 pages in here of stuff that we have done that just, I kept my babies healthy, all of these different things that we have done. And when I bring back
evidence for Flora.
This is great evidence for Flora. Yeah. And so it's just really cool to start that success list. It's hard because most of your inner critics are going to try and stop you. But to start the list and to keep it going is really empowering. Just keep a success list, even if it's things like I learned not to bite.
Which is so good if you're an adult. You don't want to be biting.
No, nobody likes a biting adult. You can actually get into big trouble for biting as an adult, know? But those things, it just really matters. Yeah, all of those successes. And then I can testify to her. I remember, and I know that I can do this because I was the lead in the 7th grade play. Because I played this in this orchestra, or because I did this, I know this. And she'll go, oh yeah. And my heart feels at peace and everything's, settling down, not perfect, but settling down. That really helps me.
Did she interrupt? Like Flora interrupted me as I was writing my successes. Like, did you have that at all?
I did. I had a lot of resistance to writing my success list. Interestingly, I had guilt. And I don't even know what part it was that was the guilt, but I had guilt that came up. You shouldn't be doing this,
No, I like the first one but the first one that I noticed that she was there is I wrote, I'm an amazing cook, because I had just cooked this wonderful meal, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, but do you remember when you totally screwed this up? And that was just a couple of days ago, right? Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, you're such a brat. My bubble.
So
But
how
that
did you
one
work
time
with
was
it? Did you
great.
just let her go or did you go back and do some more?
Oh, we did. I did more. Yeah, I did more. Yeah. And I said, you know what? I think what I said to her is, I'm going to have good days and I'm going to have bad days. Today, so I changed it. Today, I'm an amazing cook.
I'm a 50-50 girl, you know, a 50-50 girl who learned not to bite. So there are things that we can learn for good, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
It's amazing. Another way that helped me with my success list is to remember the kind things that people have said. You know, what did your grandma used to say about you? That was nice.
Mhm.
And the compliments that people have given you in the past. Those are good things to put on your success list too, and to use to testify to Flora. So she can see how you really have grown. I mean, another thing is find out how old your Flora is. Where's she coming from? You know, mine's probably 12 or 13.
You know, it's another good thing is not only remembering what the compliments or the good things people said about you, is if ever you get like a thank you note or a note that somebody's given to you because of that, put it in that area where you keep those things. Because sometimes you can't remember because you're so caught up in your own, like, I feel crappy. But then you go and you look at that and you're like, oh, somebody said that about me. Oh, that makes me feel better. And it's more evidence for Flora.
Yeah.
So I keep all those little notes and I glue them in different parts of journals and things like that.
I would love to see your bookcase, Jen, because I like in my mind, I have this picture of this bookcase of all these beautiful like picture books that I could just go in and I could see who you are. It's just like, yeah, how fun.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, I don't know, JC. There is some ugly in there too.
Again, 50-50, right?
Yeah, right. 50-50. We are totally 50-50 girls. This is a good day. I like the good days. Yeah. The bad days, the not so good days, I do a lot of learning, and that's a good thing too, right? 50-50. Yep. But we need to teach Flora how great we really are. That's the bottom line. And understand. Help her to understand. And I loved your approach, Jen, with giving her love. What is it that you need?
Yeah. You know? Why are you here? What are you upset about? What are you trying to protect me from? Right. But I like how you even help us clarify it more by saying, well, how old are you? And you could even, but that is like, well, what happened to you to make you this way? Mm-hmm. Or, what did you experience that you're this way for me right now? Yeah. Or, I mean, I even like the, how you said, like, asking her, well, how old do you think I am? You know, it's like all these things to help build that understanding with her.
I love that. Yeah, because most of my inner critics are older sisters, you know, of some form or another. They're older than they think I am. Yeah. So they're just trying to look out for me, take care of me.
But they're just as inadequate as who they're trying to help. So you just,
Yeah. So we just love them and we mentor them. I love that phrase that you used. We don't necessarily have to retrain, we mentor, right? Mentoring is done with love. Yeah. And we take care of our Flora. So we have some upcoming events, yeah? Things coming up for the girls for 50-50 and just in general. JC, do you want to get us going on our upcoming events?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So always, those of you that are watching us on Facebook Live are already part of the 50-50 Girl Club, which is so cool. But those of you who are listening to us on our podcast, you can find us on Facebook at 50-50 Girl Club.
It's actually a slash, 50 slash.
Yeah. Slash, sorry. Yeah, not a dash. And it's just a really cool group. We have a book club that we do every Wednesday at 1:30 Central Time, and we do self-development books this month.
There it is. Look, Jen brought hers.
There it is. Yes, Sacred Rest. And oh my gosh, if you haven't read this, you must read it. And being able to have a discussion with other like-minded people is just so cool. And so that's every week. And if you're part of the 50-50 Girl Club, that is for free for you. We also have on December 2nd, and that's just like seriously right around the corner. There's a workshop, and it's called the Jumpstart Workshop. And it is on Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it's tapping for tension and holiday stress. So great time to learn how to do this, just to release and just manage well.
Yeah, it's a jumpstart for December, because we can teach you how at the beginning of December to stay calm, cool, and collected all the way through December with tapping.
Yeah. So if you're in a family something and you're just tapping away, people know, oh, she's a little agitated. If you see tapping and I'm just tapping.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it is a really cool technique, and it has been proven to work. And it, like, the very first time I did it, I was like, whatever. And I did it and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened here? So come join us, try it.
Yeah, well, listen, tapping used to be likened with voodoo back in the 80s, and now it's just coming right into mainstream medicine. Fantastic for pain relief, fantastic for anxiety, stress of any kind. Very, very helpful. Yeah, they did a lot of work with veterans at the veterans hospitals to actually do double-blind studies and prove it works. It's an amazing thing.
Incredible. And just being part of that 50/50 Girl Club, you get that for free. So come join up and sign up for that workshop. Also, we have the first Monday of the month is a guided mastermind group. And tonight is our first Monday, which is really exciting. And again, it's a group of like-minded women with similar challenges and circumstances and goals. And we discuss learning tools, and we learn how to create, and we're creating our awesome, amazing life. And it's just a great place to bond and support each other. And the ultimate goal, actually, for this guided mastermind group is for them to outgrow us as coaches and move forward as a friend group and a friend mastermind group. So right now we're actually currently taking applications for our Thursday afternoon and Saturday morning group. So if that's something you're interested in, just go to cmhcoaching.com/sign up. And you will find it. Yeah. And then we have coach and clears on Tuesdays is it every Tuesday?
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, it's the second and fourth Tuesday.
Second and fourth Tuesday at 1:30 Central. And this is just a powerful way to alleviate stress and work on personal challenges. And it helps you see things more clearly and solve problems as a group, so that, you know what, when we do that, we're healthier, happier, and we're just more at peace. And we're able to make changes, not just in our own lives, but it's that ripple effect, right? All of these cause the ripple effect. So whenever we can help ourselves be a little bit better, we help somebody else, and somebody else helps somebody else. And it's just this ripple effect that goes across the world, honestly. And you don't even know the power that you have. But come and join us and learn.
Yeah, that Coach and Clear group is really fun. Second and fourth Tuesdays. And if that gets too full, we'll make another time for it, because it's just a great group. Mm-hmm. Lots going on, lots and lots of things to help you with your life and help you become the person you really want to be. So thanks, you guys. And thanks, Jacine, for leading us through that. And what will we do this week for Flora? We want to keep working on our success book, work on the success list.
Invite her to read your success book.
I think that's a great idea. Invite Flora to read your success book. And next week, we will talk about another inner critic, one that will keep you, as best she can, from connecting to the people around you, because she wants to keep you isolated, because she feels like that is safe. So next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about connecting confident connections in your life. So come back and we'll all giggle and talk some more.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? What you thinking? You gotta watch. What you thinking? What you
Thanks for joining us today in A Creator-Based Life. I hope you felt that compassion, mindfulness, and hope you came seeking today. You can find more of it at cmhcoaching.com or on Linktree/CMHcoaching. Of course, any social media outlet, we're there too. Because you felt the benefit and light in this message, please invite those you care deeply about to join us. Help us to create a ripple effect across the globe of compassion, mindfulness, and hope. Then we can create a creator-based life together. Have a great week, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.